A Mapleton man is facing charges after a standoff with police over the weekend. 75-year-old Richard LaPlante is charged with domestic violence, criminal threatening, reckless conduct with a firearm, and creating a police standoff. The Aroostook County Sheriff's Office says they were called to a house in Mapleton Sunday after a woman said LaPlante had entered her house while armed and would not let her leave. Authorities say he also threatened to shoot law enforcement if they came to the house. The Sheriff's Office says LaPlante was not supposed to be in contact with the woman and was prohibited from entering her home. Deputies say they spoke to LaPlante on the phone and he eventually let the woman leave. The Sheriff's Office says after hours of talking, LaPlante came out of the house and no one was hurt in the incident.